Do you want to take a quantum leap for your everyday life? Quantum events are always happening, and these events can catapult you to a higher plane of existence. And you might not be sure if the event is going to launch you into the quantum right away. Sometimes things happen on our journey that catapult us, sent by God. And sometimes we have to grab the hammer and create a quantum event. Hello everyone, I am Michael and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. Create a quantum event today. Yeah. There are events that occur in our everyday lives, and these events, when they happen, you might not be sure the magnitude of the event. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? We don't know where it's going to launch us. And sometimes any change is better than no change at all. You know, the world, it's been a scary place, and you might find yourself in a place where you're not really moving forward. You keep repeating the same thing over and over again. I believe it was Albert Einstein that said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. So you might have to create a quantum event yourself. You might have to take something in your life and you might have to wield the hammer and totally smash it into a billion pieces. Yeah, just take something and smash it and create the quantum event yourself. You know, I'm a man of routines and rituals, and that is important to be successful in our everyday lives. But certain events that happen can catapult you to higher dimensions, higher planes of existence, higher realities, better than you even imagined. Better than you even imagined, yeah. If you're here for better than you even imagined, could you kindly hit that like button? We're becoming bigger and brighter than ever before. Better than we've even imagined. You know, it wasn't too long ago, you know, I did my own quantum event, and I was here on this island, and I left a message. It was actually a YouTube short. You could check out the channel page, and it was on creating a quantum event. And you know, I'm here again today, leaving this message in this location. You yourself, you might have to create a quantum event, and it might not be so difficult. That means you might have to get on that airplane, and you might have to go and travel somewhere, meet someone. That means you might have to get in that car and go and travel and explore and meet someone. That means you're gonna have to leave your ego at the door. It means you're gonna have to stop living in fear, stop living in guilt, stop living in shame, and get up today and do something that you don't normally do. Oh, well, I always do this, I always do that. A lot of people complain all day long. And you know what, on my journey, as I shared earlier in this message, I am a man of routines and rituals, but there comes a time when you're going to have to lift the hammer up and make the quantum event yourself. Sometimes things happen in your life and you know it was energetic, it was God. You say, God, what's going on, God? God is giving you a quantum event. So quantum events could actually happen from Almighty God. And you yourself, God could actually leave the seed inside of you. That spark of Christ that's inside of you to motivate you to create that quantum event yourself. You know, I think of the greatness that has occurred in my everyday life. Okay, the improvement. I could put my mind and go back to the old life that I was living maybe, you know, a year and a half ago, maybe, you know, 5 years ago, and where I am right now. If I say, oh, you want to go back to that? I'm like, no. No, I don't want to go back there. So the only reason why I'm here today is because of quantum events that are constantly happening. So you're going to have to find these portals. You have to find these like little warp zones. We're like Super Mario Brothers. There's a warp zone over here. Yeah, we're going to go in the warp zone, and we are going to go to a much higher level. We're going to skip levels and levels, and we're going up to the quantum. Are you ready to go up to the quantum? Let us know. an event that happens in your everyday life, and I've seen this, and that's why earlier on it was difficult for me to really embrace change. And my nana always said there's a time for this and a time for that. So sometimes we have to kind of get in that place where we have routines and we're building, and then there's stuff that we have to just, you know what, let's do something totally different today. And I've shared this on my journey with all of you. When I was last year, at the end of last year into the beginning of this year, and I went to the gym 150 consecutive days. Can you believe that, Light Warriors? 150, boom, there it is, 150 consecutive days, because at that point of my life, that was actually the quantum event, showing up and doing this and training like never before. That was a period of my life. But then eventually, that routine, that ritual, that had to stop, that had to go. A time for this and a time for that. So everyone, thousands of people, write it in the comments. You want to make a quantum event? There's a time for this and a time for that. There's time to have routines and rituals. There's time to build something every single day. And then there's time that you just have to pick up that hammer and just smash your everyday life, smash a concept of your everyday life, smash a subconscious program, smash a relationship, smash something, Hulk smash, and the hammer smashes like never before. Smash it into oblivion. Create the quantum event yourself, and your future self will thank you for it. Get in that car. I know you're scared. You get in the car and go. I want to go explore this place. Go out there and start exploring that place. You want to go meet that guy. You want to meet that girl. Get in the car and start moving. Stop sitting there on the couch. Stop sitting there in the bed and being afraid. Okay, listen. I remember the biggest quantum event for me was the very first day I took that camera and I went out there and I talked about the 528 hertz frequency. And people might say, what the heck is this guy talking about 528 hertz frequency, right? I might have been scared, right? But sometimes you have to really buckle down and you have to say, I'm going to do this right now. And that was the quantum event, even though I might have not, we're always waiting. I got to be prepared, right? You might be scared. Right? You might be scared on your everyday life journey and you say, I'm not ready for this. But guess what? None of us are ever ready for this. You're going to have to just get up and just do it. So one day I said, today is the day, and I picked up the camera and I did my very first video. So on your journey, you're going to have to create that quantum event, whatever it is. Maybe it's getting a car, maybe it's moving, maybe it's getting out of a relationship, maybe it's getting into a relationship, maybe it's simply speaking your truth. And I assure you right now, in these new energies, your voice won't even shake. I want each and every one of you to write that in the comments. Speak the truth and your voice won't even shake. You're not going to be afraid to speak the truth. All the barriers, all the things that try to hold you down, they're gone. The quantum events have happened, and each and every one of us have been creating these quantum events. The messages last the test of time. Authenticity lasts the test of time. Real life evidence lasts the test of time. I remember when I came here and I said, create the quantum event. And today, I come full circle and I leave this for all of you. Create the quantum event today, because you might find yourself in the fifth dimension. And so it is. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. An attitude of gratitude. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you showing up every single day. I'm grateful to myself because I had the guts to create quantum events. And sometimes my earlier self didn't have the guts to do some of these things that I have done in the past few years and will continue to do. When you leave fear at the door and you start creating quantum events yourself, do something that is out of the ordinary today. Okay, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time. If you want to improve yourself, hitting the subscribe button might be a quantum event for you. If you want to improve yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually, we do all three phases here on this channel, right? We make sure we have no weak points. We're going to be the best version of ourselves. We're going to be authentic. We're going to get 1% better every single day. And every single day we could do in the work. But every once in a while, we're going to have to do something different. I mean, you could even take the channel as a whole, right? I do certain things that are more common. And then once in a while, we might find a new spot. You like this spot? Maybe we will continue to come back to this spot. Let us know in the comments. And head over to the channel page. You can find that original YouTube short, Creating a Quantum Event. You don't know if an event happens in your everyday life, and you might look at it at face value and you say, wow, this is terrible, or this is so great. And in the future, you could turn around and look at the past, and then you say to yourself, you know what? That thing I thought was great, that was trash. Or you could say, that thing that I thought was terrible, that was the greatest thing in my everyday life. And that's how it works. I know a lot, some people might be new to this and it could be confusing, but this is what it means to think on a quantum level. You have to get a higher vantage point. You have to look down upon your everyday life. So raise your vibrational frequency. Let's become the best version of ourselves. I love each and every one of you. Daily videos on the channel, Friday Night Live on the channel. We keep growing, we keep expanding. Create a quantum event today. I'll assure you, you will become the best version of yourself. Sometimes we have to embrace who we truthfully are inside the sacred heart. Lions roar. Remember who you truthfully are. You didn't come here to be a mouse. Sometimes I have to pick up the BFH, and lay the hammer down. Remember the strength that you have inside of you. Don't allow anyone else to tell you who you are. You know who you are in your sacred heart, and God knows who you are. Remember it today. Oh yeah. And one last thing. Daddy's home.